Larry, I love you anyway, and I think that you're probably one of the coolest people I've ever met. But when you replaced the waiter, I believe it was in Italy.
Yeah.
This for me, like I was reading, my wife's in the bed with me. I laughed out loud, and I wanted to email you right then and say, Larry, that is the solidifier. Can you tell the story of that?
So one of my first assignments at Vestron was to make a sequel to a movie called 10. 10 was a seminal movie in, I think, 1979 or 1981, before I had started, where a woman named Bo Derek emerged and became one of the most famous women on earth as an incredible sex symbol. It was a great movie. And her husband, who was much older than she was, for which they always got a lot of crap, even though they were madly in love and they had a great relationship, wound up directing and writing all their movies, and Bo would produce them and star in them. And so we wanted to make a sequel to this movie, 10, which is the movie that really launched Bo. And they had, they were very insistent on doing things their way, so their terms, not money-wise, but creative-wise, were a little difficult. So my job was to get them to make a deal on 10. And they were very famous. I mean, they were the best-looking people you ever met. Even inside a room, it looked like the wind was blowing in their face and the sun was shining in their eyes, even when you're inside. It was hard to, I was a kid from the Northeast, and I would talk to them, and the first few times I saw them, I would just stumble over my words because they were so kind of good-looking. And so we arranged to meet during a film festival in Italy, and they were so famous, I rented an entire restaurant. It was a small restaurant, and they brought a lot of their advisors, and John Derek, Bo's husband, was a really great artist, but temperamental. And something happened, and he got in a fight with a waiter. I don't know what happened because they were talking in Italian. And the waiter just eventually takes off his apron, throws it on the ground, and says, blah, blah, I quit, and he storms out. And I was trying to impress them. And no waiter, we rented the whole restaurant. There was no other waiters. No waiter, no dinner, no sequel. So I ran out into the street in Rome looking for this guy, and he had gone down an alley, and some kid was there watching. And I said, where did he go? And it was too late. And I said to the kid, do you speak Italian? And he said, well, I'm an exchange student from England. I'm here. I speak a little. I said, want to be a waiter for John and Bo Derek? He said, what? And I just gave him all the cash I had, and I just took a shot because I thought, it's better than nothing. He could have been a serial killer. And I came in, and then I brought him in the kitchen to where the guy who owned and was the cook of the restaurant was, and I said, this is our waiter. And the guy goes, okay. And he did a great job.